Hi, Melanie here, mentor for internet marketers and entrepreneur. This video is the third video in a series that I'm doing on the real secrets to success in internet marketing. I strongly recommend you try and see the other two videos in the series, as I really think you'll benefit from doing so, and you'll better be able to comprehend this video and the ones to come. Today we're going to discuss mindset and the ability to recognize an opportunity as an entrepreneur. Right away we see that the overriding law here is mindset. Anyone with a mindset for success, who truly believes that they can succeed, be very successful without any doubt, will be successful. It doesn't matter whether they're young or old, fat or thin, high school diploma or PhD. They will seek the knowledge, acquire whatever they need to acquire, apply the necessary laws, and come to the top. True talent cannot be stifled. It will always come to the fore. It will break out, leak out, or ooze out, but it will always make itself apparent. My father-in-law, Ken, was a super salesman. Yet, in his final year of high school, he took his final exams and he placed second to last. This was mostly because he was a jock. He excelled at sports and had very little interest whatsoever in academics. He was a fighter and very popular with his peers, and he had great social skills. So his academic achievement translated into a job as a lowly billing clerk in a well-established trading house, commission agents for some of the world's leading brands in commodities. Now, we must remain cognizant of the fact that this was at a time when there were no computers or fax machines, photocopy machines, or even calculators. So bills were calculated and written by hand. Now, Ken had a mindset for success. Even though there was no overtime pay, he voluntarily stayed long after working hours, and he stayed during his lunchtime and wrote mountains of bills. Ken quickly recognized that the heroes of this organization were the salesmen, but there was a huge gulf between himself and these salesmen. You see, they were much older than Ken was, and they were skilled and had great expertise in the art of selling, and he was a mere boy. At lunchtime, when everyone went and left the office, Ken remained in the office, and so when the telephone rang, he answered it. And very often these calls were from big wholesalers who were inquiring about goods. Ken knew his products, he knew his prices, and most of all, he knew who the big customers were because he wrote so many bills. So instead of taking messages, Ken launched into selling them goods over the telephone, pushing his products, and got some very good orders. He would then sit down and immediately write up the bills, calculate them, and send them over to the warehouse for delivery. Of course, his orders went out ahead of everyone else's, and the customers were delighted at the speed of their service, and so started calling the office and asking for Ken by name. Well, needless to say, the salesmen were not the least bit amused at this, and they reported him to the general manager, requesting his immediate dismissal, complaining that he was a meddling billing clerk interfering in the important business of the company. Well, the general manager, Mr. Johnson, stroked the ruffled feathers of his salesman and called Ken into his office. He looked at Ken and he said, "You know, you really have stirred up a hornet's nest with my salesmen." And then he looked at him again and he smiled and he says, "I tell you what I'm going to do." Mr. Johnson made a quick, accurate decision, and he decided to personally teach Ken how to drive, and gave him the company's oldest car and sent him out on the road to sell goods. Ken, of course, excelled at this, and very quickly thereafter was promoted to sales manager, now the manager of all of these experienced salesmen who were nearly twice his age. This went on for the next 4 years until at the age of 30, Ken saw an opportunity to sell life insurance for straight commission, no salary. Of course, his family and loved ones said, no, Ken, don't give up the security of your high-paying job for the risk of straight commission. Ken made a fast, accurate decision and decided to sell life insurance. Well, very quickly thereafter, he became very wealthy. Ken's mindset made him very wealthy. His mindset promoted him from success to success. Ken was an entrepreneur. He was able to recognize an opportunity, to seize it, and to exploit it. You have no idea. I mean, this internet marketing is about becoming an entrepreneur. And a successful entrepreneur is one who can recognize an opportunity and take a quick, accurate decision to exploit it. Wealth Masters International, through CCPRO, presented me with an opportunity. Quite frankly, when I contemplated making between $1,000 and $10,000 commission per sale, I saw that as an opportunity. And I took a quick, accurate decision and I exploited it. And you can do the very same thing. Just go to the website on the screen below and fill out the form provided and make a quick, accurate decision and take advantage, exploit this opportunity and put your life on a fast track to wealth.